Assalamu alaikum students. I am your teacher Aisha Anwar. We have been studying chapter number 2 from your book, which is about operating system. I hope all of you have watched the previous lecture carefully, and if you are having any confusion, please ask me. In previous lecture, we have discussed about the introduction of operating system, and we studied about the functions of operating system. Today we are going to revise the previous functions of operating system and going to cover the rest of the portion of operating system. So let's revise the previous functions of operating system and go through the rest of three functions. We discussed that there are 6 functions of operating system. These are process management, memory management, input output management, file management, resource management, and user management. In previous lecture we discussed first 3 types of functions of operating system. Today we will cover file management, resource management, and user management. In process management, we discussed that any program which is being executed at a particular time is known as a process. So there are a lot of processes that are created inside a computer system, and it is the responsibility of operating system to manage all those processes. The operating system must allocate resources to the processes and enable processes to share and exchange information and protect the resources of each process from other processes, which means that operating system manages all the processes, their resources like memory, all other input output devices, and they manage to exchange their information and they protect each processes from the all other, so that their information cannot be mixed up, and the execution time of each process takes the maximum time and we achieve the maximum CPU utilization. After process management, we studied about the memory management. Memory management is the process of allocating the memory space for the user programs in the main memory. The operating system automatically loads the programs in the memory and executes them. When the process completes its execution, the memory automatically swipe out that process and make the space free, so that the new process can be bring into the that space for their processing. After management, we studied about input output device management. It is basically the process of controlling the operation of all the input output devices that are attached to the computer. Basically, we use different type of input and output devices to communicate with the computer. For example, if we want to enter some data or instructions, we use keyboard, mouse, mic, and if we want to get the result from the computer, we use monitor, printer, and speakers, such type of devices. So all of these devices are the responsibility of the operating system. Operating system ensures the smooth running of all the input and output devices, and the controller is used to manage and coordinate the operation of all the I/O devices that are attached to the computer. Operating system ensures that each device works properly, and each device works according to the processors that are being used those devices. So today we are going to discuss file management. File management is the part of operating system that organizes, stores, and keep tracks of computer files and folders. It means basically the operating system provides us the facility to create the file, to rename the file, to delete the file, to open the file, to move the file, and all other operations that we can perform on file or folders. And when we use the word file, it refers to the documents, programs, images, and videos, pictures that are stored in the computer. So all of the operations that are performed on the file management are provided by the operating system, and these operations normally include creating, opening, editing, renaming, moving, copying, deleting, and searching of the files. Next is resource management. The term resource means all the hardware and the software resources of the computer. The operating system has to manage the resources of a computer when application programs are executed by the computer user. The resources of the computer include microprocessor, which means CPU, memory, and all other devices that are attached to the computer. So operating system allocates the resources of a computer to the application program according to the user's requirement. If my requirement is used to take a print from a printer, so it is the responsibility of operating system to assign me that printer for my process, and operating system has to do this in an efficient way to improve the performance of the computer. So the computer maximum efficiency can be achieved, and there is no process that occupies the certain input output device for a long time, which causes unnecessary delays and deadlocks in the system. So after resource management, the last one is user management. It is an important feature of operating system for maintaining a secure computer system. Using this feature, we assign the different controls according to the accounts that we have created. The operating system gives the full control over computer system to a person known as the administrator. And now, who is administrator? Administrator is basically the person who has the complete right over the computer. He or she is responsible to install various programs on the computer system. He also manages user accounts. When a user account is created, the administrator is the person who assigns the username and password. He allows the users to run various application programs that are installed on the computer. And a simple user has the limited rights over the use of the computer. A simple user can log into the computer by entering the name and the password, run programs, and save his files in personal folders. Operating system does not allow the users to install program or create new users, and it also does not allow the user to uninstall any program or delete some important data that is stored into the computer. By assigning user rights, we can secure and manage our data in an efficient way. It gives the limited rights for the users who are guest user. If you have ever observed, in our computer lab, we have created two accounts on each computer. One is administrator account and the second one is the student account. So administrator account is the account which has the full rights, and that account is used by your teachers. And the student account has the limited rights, which is to be used by the students only. So the students can simply log in to the student account by entering the username and the password. Username is the student and the password is assigned to each and every computer. When you enter that password, so a limited account is opened. Using that account, you can only learn about the different softwares, or you can simply use some application programs, but you cannot install a new software, or you cannot uninstall a already installed software on a computer. In the same way, you cannot delete the files that are important and that are secured. Dear students, that's all for today. Now you have to revise all the functions of operating system and you have to memorize them. From exam point of view, they are important, and the questions that are expected from this topic can be like: define user management, or why file management is important in operating system, or what are the duties of, or what is the purpose of memory management in operating system. You will be able to answer such type of questions only if you have memorized the concept well. Thank you.